Podcasting from Woodstock, Georgia, welcome to Soul Solutions, a show where we overcome our fears and our limiting beliefs. I'm your host, author, and certified life coach, Terry Kozlowski. Hello, warriors. Do you want to experience less fear in your daily life? The good news is, since fear is a learned pattern, it can be unlearned. I have a strategy you can follow to get rid of your worries and limiting beliefs and live the life you deserve. Check out the Blueprint to Overcoming Fear, my free mini ebook. The link is in the show notes. Don't let your ego use your anxieties as an excuse to keep you from living authentically. Now let's start this week's episode. Episode 175. Why do you feel stuck in life and how to move forward? There are techniques to unstick yourself emotionally if you're going through the motions or operating on autopilot. Everyone has a sense of being stuck in life. This could be brought about by an unsatisfying relationship, unfulfilling work, or just a general sense of apathy. However, you can overcome a sense of being trapped by first determining the cause of your feelings and then pivoting your life to enhance your mental, physical, and emotional health. Do you want something deeply and then lose the will to pursue it? A new career, a better relationship, or better health, for example? Do you find something that appears intriguing and then talk yourself out of actually pursuing it? Never stopping to consider how things could be improved if you did a life edit. You cannot be present and enjoy life as it is when you are plagued with indecision, worry, and overthinking. This is how you are feeling, then it's time to evaluate your life. Why do you feel stuck? Finding the source of why you feel stuck will help you focus on your efforts to restore your sense of direction. Burnout can leave you feeling helpless and unclear of what to do, from not getting enough sleep to dealing with the unforeseen circumstances of life around you. If you're unhappy in your relationship or at work, you can be unintentionally undermining your own progress with self-sabotage and self-limitation. Moreover, you can have imposter syndrome, a condition in which you have self-doubt about your value and aptitude. What inspires you? This is why you have to overcome hurdles by persevering. You can be living a day-to-day life, which is a terrific technique to deal with stress in some situations. However, perspective could be what guides your decision. You risk feeling stuck if you don't set clear goals for your personal and professional lives. If you're experiencing financial difficulties or loneliness, this could be the cause of your feeling stuck. It could be beneficial for you to seek support from others when things are hard. Just knowing that you have others in your tribe who could support you can give you a sense of relief, even if you don't ask for help. Your development may be slowed down if you put too much time and effort into doing something perfectly by paying attention to every tiny detail. You can also feel discouraged if you don't accept your best effort as enough, and therefore you need to let go of perfectionism in order to break free. The disguises the ego uses to keep you stuck. Stuckness can take on various forms. Few situations where you might desire to move but are unsure of how are listed below. Let's take a look at them. Number 1, you've outgrown your environment. People do in fact change with time. Your hopes, desires, and needs all change. Maybe now that you've mastered it, the dream job you got a year ago doesn't offer you enough stimulation. You might not know where to turn next in a case like this. Don't forget that you can also outgrow people, and it's vital to release them and find new members of your tribe to help you feel fulfilled. Number 2, you fear criticism from others. Everyone has struggled with comparing themselves to other people. There are countless categories upon which to compare and an infinite number of people to compare yourself to. It's one of the main causes for your unhappiness and feelings of being stuck. Why? Because you allow what others do to influence how you feel about yourself. Comparison is an act of fear, the fear of being your authentic self. Number 3, you aren't following your inner truth. When you are aligned with your truth, life becomes enchanting. You no longer are reacting to life out of fear, but consciously responding from a place of love. Living your truth is about synchronicities and meaning supporting you in magical ways. This force of energy, which is truth, allows you to get into the flow of life. There's less struggle and more awareness of the mysteries of living. Number 4, you fear rejection and loss. Everyone has an underlying fear of separation, which includes abandonment and rejection. This universal dread comes from the human need to belong originally for survival purposes. But in today's society, these sense of belonging and connection with others is still vital. All have experienced different forms of rejection and loss of connection with others, which compounds this fear of separation. Everyone needs to be wanted, respected, and valued by others. The ego uses this angst in ways that can keep you separated instead of finding ways to move past to a place of unconditional love. Number 5, you feel hopeless. Everyone has lost hope at some point in their life. When you've lost hope, it's challenging to locate it again. Therefore, recovering your hope is essential to releasing the stuck feelings. Thoughts are useful instruments. They have the ability to move you in the desired direction or hold you stationary. A myriad of emotions, including melancholy, anxiety, and feelings of unworthiness, can be evoked by negative thoughts, which can have a powerful effect. It's challenging to proceed when struggling with intrusive thoughts. Number 6, you're exhausted or overburdened. Your situation and the events of your life may be too much to handle right now, or you might become stressed out due to the pressure and the possibilities of your next action. Overwhelming feelings can be difficult to get over, whether they're related to the past or the future. In addition, you may be experiencing burnout if, like most people, you have been under stress for a long time. Long-term hypervigilance can make it difficult to distinguish between something harmful and harmless. Additionally, it may result in excessive weariness, which is not a good state of mind to make decisions from. Ways to become unstuck. Now that we've identified why you're feeling stuck, you can now figure out what works to help remove your roadblocks. Here are some ways to help you get unstuck. Number 1, become aware. Raising awareness is an excellent place to start. Think about investigating the possibility that your unconscious is causing you to feel stuck. Noticing cognitive distortions and defense mechanisms that are impeding your awareness, as well as a default connection patterns that lead you to repeat familiar cycles, are some strategies for increasing awareness. You can work alone, but think about talking to a coach like myself to encourage you and assist you in being accountable through this process. Number 2, accept responsibility. It's normal to occasionally find yourself playing the blame game. However, placing blame on other people for events or lack thereof may make you feel as though you no longer have any control over your life or the decisions. It's an unproductive tool of the ego to keep you stuck. The ego is trying to avoid feeling bad for making an error, but you still have to live with the consequences of the situation. Therefore, it's crucial to retake your power by taking responsibility for your role in the circumstances at hand. Yes, life can make one discouraged, but blaming turns the misstep into a failure because you weren't willing to look for the lesson you could have learned. Number 3, develop being present-minded. Oftentimes, it seems like you're being told to do more rather than to be more. When you do this, you frequently find yourself operating in autopilot mode. By using mindfulness practices, you may turn off autopilot and refocus your attention from worrying about the past or the future to being present in this moment. Making decisions in the midst of bustle and confusion may not be as beneficial as taking a step back and making them in a clear and calm manner. Number 4, let go of attachments. A lot of energy is used to cling to things, ideas, and people. But this energy is best used to detach from old programming so you can respond with an open heart. Attachments don't allow for the miraculous. They only feed the separation and duality of the fearful mind of the ego. Clinginess is not loving others. It's about selfishness. Being able to detach is simplistic. Be aware of your fears and the way you attach to people and outcomes. As you become more conscious of your thought patterns and see the attachments you have made, you can release them to create a better life. Number 5, choose self-love. By loving yourself, you can invest in yourself. Perhaps the first thing you should do is quiet your inner critic. Rather than being your worst critic, try being your own best friend. Loving yourself and taking care of yourself with compassion and self-care will help you feel re-energized and inspired. Number 6, formulate a vision. Creating a vision for your life is something you can do in many different ways. For example, you may attempt writing your own manifesto. A life plan with quantifiable stages and professional goals may also be beneficial. By living intentionally and defining success for yourself, you may be able to better harness the potential of self-fulfilling prophecy. Number 7, develop inner fortitude. Think about developing an attitude that sees failures, errors, and feeling stuck as necessary components of learning. You might be able to recover from these setbacks as opportunities to get unstuck and go on to develop other tactics to be more resilient. Moving forward, unstuck. In contrast to a ship that has been grounded, a car caught in the mud, or a fallen tree obstructing a river's flow, humans being stuck might be attributed to indecision, mindset, or viewpoint. Never forget that you may always start fresh because each day is a new beginning. Consider viewing your circumstances from a different angle to see what opportunities are actually present. With any luck, applying the tactics here may help you break free, discover your voice, and eventually transform your life. Do you need help to get your life unstuck? Are you looking for ways to build your fortitude? Do you need someone to help you be accountable during this process? If so, please reach out to me at terrykozlowski.com and we can create a plan for you to evaluate your life and move forward. Thanks for listening to Soul Solutions with Terry Kozlowski. If you'd like the show and want to learn more, check out terrykozlowski.com where you can find the links to everything we talked about in this episode. Please subscribe to the show so you'll never miss an episode as we overcome our fears and our limiting beliefs.